welcome back to my channel. Thank you for tuning in to another video. Today I am going to be talking about my Morphe collection, palettes, liners, brushes. While I do my makeup, I figured I could talk about my collection while I put it on, so you guys could sort of see it in action and see, you know, why I like it. I'm going to be creating this look here. I hope that you guys enjoy this video. Please subscribe and give me a thumbs up, and I'll see you guys next time. Things that I'm using are not Morphe. Most of it is, but there are a few things that aren't. But I'm going to be priming with the Too Faced Prime and Poreless, and I'm just gonna put that in my problem areas where I have texture. My whole face. No, I'm just kidding. Right around here, my pores are really, really huge. In between my eyebrows, because I have really huge pores right there too. I hate it. On my chin and my nose. While that like sets in, I'm gonna just do my brows. I'm gonna use a spoolie by Morphe as well. This actually came. Everyone knows what a spoolie looks like. This actually came in like a 12-piece set that my husband got for me. I believe it was a Christmas gift last year. That's why there's no number on it, but it's just your typical spoolie. Thought about doing my hair for this video, but then I thought, fuck it. Either makeup or hair. Makeup. Okay, so for brows, I'm gonna be using my Anastasia Dipbrow. My Dipbrow, I don't know, actually I've heard people talk about how their Dipbrow tends to dry out really fast. So I just use an oil to mix it and to get it to perform the way I want to. I'm just going to use another Morphe angled brush from that same set I was talking about, the 12-piece. I like this brush a lot because I can get it really flat and I can create really sharp lines with it. The only thing I will say about this brush is that it's not so super like thin and small that I can create like little hair-like strokes. They tend to be a little bit too thick for my liking. But this is still what I use every time I do my brows. I believe that Morphe actually just came out with like a double-ended, like I'm sure it's specifically for your brows because it has a spoolie on one end and then like a short, flat, like angled brush on the other end. Okay, so now I'm going to, now that I've got like pretty much the shape that I want, I'm gonna go in with, it's very dirty. This is the Morphe 20 Con palette. 20 Con meaning 20 concealers. It looks like this. I know it's very fucked up. I took this to Vegas with me and I did my very best to keep them from melting, but it melted. And this is what happened. But so this is what the 20 Con looks like, and I'm just going to, it's cream concealers. I use this to color correct. I use it to clean up my brows. One thing that I will say about this palette though is that the product is really hard to blend out. If you're just going in with your brush, you do have to use some kind of oil in order to blend this out and to give it the coverage that you want. Otherwise, you're gonna have a really hard time blending it out. That's the only thing that I will say about this palette, is that it's hard to blend out unless you have an oil. If you have an oil, then you're totally fine, it works great. But I would suggest using an oil. So I'm just gonna go in with another a concealer brush from that same 12-piece collection. Just gonna go in and clean this up. I believe was $16.99, I believe. So you get 20 colors for $16.99, which I thought that was a pretty good deal. I originally had bought this because I wanted to have something like this for my kit, because I wanted to start freelancing. I really wanted to build that business. But I don't really have time for that. Like, it's really actually hard to get started, but I don't really have the time to do that because I have a full-time job and 2 kids and a husband and like a household to maintain. Like, so I didn't really have time, and plus we share a car. Me and my husband share a car, so it's unrealistic right now. So I just use this for myself, but it would be good if you to put in your kit, I would think, especially if you're just starting out and you're trying to build your kit. I think that this would be a good palette to have to invest in because it's not very expensive. You get 20 colors and it's really versatile. So I mean, you can mix and to create the colors that you need. Now that my brows are done, I don't usually use a brow gel. Sometimes I do. Sometimes I'll use the clear Anastasia brow gel. Sometimes I will use the clear mascara by Maybelline. It's basically the same thing. It works just as well. But I'm not going to use any today. I don't always use it. I feel like if it's going to be hot outside, I will. But I'm doing my makeup just for the sole purpose of this video, so I don't really need it. This is a Morphe. This brush I'm using is a Morphe M224 brush. It's just a concealer brush. That's what I use to blend this out. And I'm going to use it to prime my eyelids. Okay, and I'm just going to take a damp beauty blender and kind of just blend this out. Morphe did come out with their own beauty sponges, which I want to try them actually, and they're fairly inexpensive. They're only $6 a piece. He also has setting powders that they just came out with too. There's a banana powder and then a translucent. I haven't tried them. They're on my list of things to try by Morphe. So right now I'm just going to take a Morphe M438 brush to just set my primer and concealer to prepare for shadows. The first Morphe palette that I ever purchased was the JACLYN Hill Favorites palette. Looks like this. It's been used because baby has seen many eye looks. There are 28 shades. This was $27.99, I believe. You get 28 shades. It was limited edition. I don't think that you can get this anymore. Actually, I'm pretty sure you can't get this anymore. But they do sell these shadows individually. It's just JACLYN Hill's favorite colors that they put into a palette is basically what this is. So you can still get these individually on their website. Okay, so I'm gonna go in with a Morphe M504 brush. I've actually first heard of Morphe from JACLYN Hill. She was raving about them on her YouTube channel, and she did some really pretty looks with them, and the price point is what really got me. And then she came out with her favorites palette, so I decided to give it a try, and I really like it. People say what you will about Morphe products, you either like them or you don't. I really like them. It fits my budget. I can't really spend a lot of money. It fits my budget, and I love the pigmentation. I love the quality. I love the colors. I just love Morphe, obviously, because I have a lot of their shit. Okay, so now I'm gonna go in with a Morphe M330 brush and apply this brown, like a chocolatey, crunchy brown shade. And apply that into my crease. I'm just gonna buff that in. I do really love their blending brushes. They blend out beautifully. They're very soft. I love that when they're tapered, like this is a small, it's tapered, but it's still fluffy, so it blends really well, and I can still get into my crease. They do have some brushes that have like the white bristles, and I have noticed that the white bristles tend to be a little bit scratchy. They're not as soft, so it tends to hurt a little bit. The eyelid is such a sensitive area, so you want to really be careful with things like that. So I don't really use the white ones that much, just because they are kind of scratchy. We're gonna go in with a Morphe MB13 brush. This was the first brush from Morphe that I ever purchased. And I purchased it because I wanted to try a blending brush that was fluffy, that was tapered, that I just really want to try the brushes. But so I purchased this first. This is $4.99. I purchased this along with my JACLYN Hill favorites palette, and I actually love this brush. This is one of my favorite brushes that I have. It blends your colors very beautifully. It gets right into the crease. Gives you can create a really good shape with this. I really love this brush. Morphe M504 brush. It's just a fluffier tapered brush. Very good for blending out all colors. So now I'm gonna go in with a like detailer, like pencil brush. It's the Morphe M169. I like this brush for detailed work. Right into the little V shape, blending out under the lash line. It's very soft. Go in with my MB13 and just blend out those edges. The Morphe 12P palette. It has very bright colors. I wanted to start using brighter colors. I didn't really have any really vibrant, bright colors. So I thought that maybe this would be something good that I could try. Honestly, when you swatch them with your fingers, these are very pigmented, but they are chalky. And if you don't have a good base, like a nude or even a white, the pigmentation on the lid, some of the colors aren't very good. Like this, like the yellow isn't very yellow when you put it on. The green, this lime green, the red lime green, when you put it on. So you really have to have a good base in order to work with these colors here. The white, like I said, they're kind of chalky, but I do like the black. I love this red shade, and this purple shade. This is one of my favorite colors, obviously. But today I'm going to actually use this green color on the lid. I'm going to be using an M333 brush, just this flat brush here. It's very dense. I love this brush for packing on shadow onto the lid. I love it. I die over this brush. You need to get this brush. I will have all of the brushes that I used in the video linked below, as well as my palettes that I have, so that you can shop them, look at them. If you're just starting out with makeup and you don't really have a lot of money to spend, or you don't want to spend a lot of money, I really do suggest using Morphe products. I mean, there's lots of stuff out there that you can use, a lot of inexpensive products that are really good that you could use, but I personally, in my experience, have found I've gotten a lot of great use. I've created a lot of beautiful looks with Morphe products. So I'm a Morphe advocate, okay? I'm a Morphe babe, Morphe girl, whatever you want to call me. The reason I use that green is because I'm going to use that as a base. I'm going to use the green as a base for some shimmers. This is the Morphe 35E palette. I think it's called It's Bling or That's Bling on the website. It has 35 shimmer shadows. My husband bought this for me as a Christmas gift. It looks like this. It's all shimmers. They're very, very beautiful colors. I don't use it that much because I actually prefer matte shadows over shimmer shadows, but every once in a while I'll break this out. It's really fun to play with in the summer. I do like them very much. So I'm going to be using this green here, as well as a shimmer green, a little bit darker, from the JACLYN Hill Favorites palette, this color here. So I'm gonna go in with this Morphe, this flat brush right here. This is also from that 12-piece set that I got as a gift for my husband. I will link that below for you so that you can see that. And I'm just going to dip it into that shimmery green shade that I showed you from the JACLYN Hill Favorites palette. And I'm just going to wet my brush slightly. And then I'm just going to pack that over top of the green. A lot of shimmer, this shade that I wanted, but I did deepen the color a little bit, and I really like that actually. I'm going to go in with the other side of that brush, and I'm going to take that light shimmery green shade that I showed you, also pack that on top. I am actually getting quite a bit of fallout from that green shade, the green shimmer shade from the JACLYN favorite palette, which is not like a huge deal. I'm just gonna clean it up when I put on in a second anyway, so it's not like that really matters. Okay, so you can just continue to pack on the shade until you get the color that you want. I'm pretty good with this, so I'm just actually gonna go back in with my, I can find you, my MB13 brush. And I'm gonna go back in to the JACLYN Hill Favorites palette. I'm gonna pick up that reddish brown shade, and I'm gonna just add a little bit more of that to the crease. It's like mauve-y as I'd like it to be, so I'm actually gonna go into my Morphe 350 matte palette. This beautiful baby right here, this is my favorite palette that I own. I use this baby. It doesn't look like it, but I use it a lot. I absolutely love these colors. These are my favorite colors ever. I love these orange shades. Oh, I freaking die. This palette is so good. You can use this all year round. You can create beautiful spring looks, beautiful summer looks, beautiful fall looks. This is just a good palette to have in general. It was $22.99. I chose the matte palette over the shimmer, over the regular 350 palette because, like I said, I don't really use a lot of shimmers, and I didn't feel that I would use the 350 shimmer palette very much. And I already have kind of a lot of like shimmery brown shades, but I don't really have very many matte brown shades, so that's why I chose the matte over the other two, and I actually really love this palette so much. I'm going to apply, I'm going to go winged liner. I'm going to, I use the same, actually no, I think I'm going to use this Morphe detailer brush from that same 12-piece palette that I was telling you about. I'm going to be using the Morphe gel liner. It comes in a little pot like this. It's called SLATE, so it's just black. I really like this gel liner. It's very easy to work with. One thing that I will say, when I first got this gel liner, I loved it so much because it was very creamy. It was very easy to work with. It's very black. I loved it. And I don't feel like I've had it for very long. Maybe I've had it for 3 or 4 months, and it's kind of already dried out, so I do have to use an oil to kind of get it back to that creaminess, which I'm really bummed about. But I mean, it was only $8, so I mean, the Anastasia pomade is $18 and it dries out hella fast, so I mean, it is what it is. Okay, so I just take that little brush and then I'm going to swipe it on my hand to get it as flat and thin as I possibly can, so that I can make a very sharp line. I don't really know if you can see that. Very sharp. For gel liners, over liquids, over kohls, I do use a kohl liner on my waterline usually. I just use the Wet n Wild. It's only $1 and it's like really black, and it's a huge pencil, so it lasts me a long time. And like for $1, like you can't beat that really. It's really creamy, it's easy to blend, smudge out, which I like for creating smoky looks. I tend to just do smoky looks, period. This wing ended up a little more dramatic than I was going for, but who cares? I've always been told that I look younger than I actually am. And like my whole life I've always been told that. And today someone said, you look really young, especially when you wear makeup. You look very young. I've never gotten that one before. You look young, but especially when you wear makeup. Not so much when you don't. That's how you know you're aging. And that sucks. It's the first time I've ever gotten that before, and it like really killed my spirit. So, needless to say, I'm never leaving the house again without makeup. That's a total lie, because I hardly wear makeup to work. I don't see the point in wearing makeup to work, especially where I work, because I just get hot and I sweat and I get dirty, and it's like, oh my god, what do you do? Are you a stripper? No. No. I work for a grocery store, and I work in the health and beauty department. Go figure. And the general merchandise, and I receive stock and merchandise all day long. I put product out, I'm up and down ladders all day, constantly moving stuff. Boxes, when they come in, are very dirty, shelves get dusty, so I just sweat all day at work. And I just get covered in dirt and dust, so I don't even really bother. To put makeup on. Shit, if I'm starting to look like an old ass lady, I might have to start putting funky makeup on for work every day. Buy some lashes. I'm gonna use the Ardell Wispies. These are my favorite lashes. Morphe does have lashes. I've never tried them. They're very inexpensive. I believe they're like $1.99 or something, $2.99. They're very inexpensive. I haven't tried them though, and I haven't really seen any reviews on them, so I'm gonna have to try them. And I was a part of the Morphe Me Brush Club, the subscription. Which is really great if you are trying to build your collection and you don't really, like I said, you don't have a lot of money. Morphe is very affordable until you get yourself into a pinch, right? I was a member for about 3 months. One of the months I was supposed to get 5 brushes and I only got 4. And the only reason that I knew that was because I saw the same month's collection on an Instagram post of another user of hers, and I was missing a brush. So I just emailed, they go through LiveGlam is who their subscription is like powered through. So I went to LiveGlam's website and I emailed them and let them know that I was missing a brush, and they were like, they said, okay, no problem, it's our, we'll fix that for you, we'll send you the brush that you're missing. They sent it to me, shipped it the same day, I received it a couple days later, no questions asked, like boom bam bang, like. So it was very good customer service. When you guys apply your lashes, do you have like an eye that you always do first? I always do my left eye first. I don't really understand why. There's still a lot of products from Morphe that I haven't tried. Like I said, their beauty sponges, their concealers, like ones that come in the tube, their beauty sponge. Did I already say that? They have makeup wipes, translucent setting powder, eyelashes. There's just a lot of stuff I haven't tried yet. I have some blemishes, some redness, some discoloration from acne. I do suffer from hormonal acne, which feels like it's all the time. So I'm just gonna take the green that's in the 20 comp palette, that same concealer brush, and I'm just going to put it on my little spots. I really want to up my skincare game. But like I said, I come from a humble household, so I can't really afford to spend a lot of money on skincare, even though I think that that's something that you should invest in because it's your face. Like, this is your canvas, and you want to take care of it and make sure that it stays, take care of your canvas. But if you guys have any suggestions for acne scarring, fine lines, firming, tightening. If you have, what's your favorite skincare products? Affordable. Let me know. I'd like to know what you guys try, what you guys like to use, what keeps your canvas beautiful. So I'm going to apply foundation using the Morphe M439. brush. I'm sure you've seen this all over Instagram. This is their foundation brush. It's a very dense brush. I love this for a foundation application. I apply it in patting motion, and then I buff it out like towards the outer edges of my face. And then anything that I want extra coverage on is where I pat. And I just go over it with my beauty blender. This is a Mary Kay. This is the TimeWise Luminous Wear Liquid Foundation from Mary Kay. I don't normally use the Luminous anything because I am oily and I like to be matte. But this is the only shade that I have that's like yellow right now. Like I need something that's more that has like the right undertones. I have the Kat Von D Locket, and I have the Maybelline matte and poreless, and I really love both of them. They're like the exact coverage that I want. They're both matte, so they make me look so matte and just so like not oily, and I really like that. They're just a little too, the undertones just aren't right. So when I really lighten up in the wintertime, then I can use it to no avail. So because, like I said, this is a luminous wearing foundation, I'm going to take the Morphe E1. This is a great powder brush. I'm just going to take the Maybelline Fit Me in 210 face powder. I'm going to set this. Not only does this provide a little bit more coverage for me, which I like, it will also help me look matte, not as dewy. And it'll also prepare me to do for bronzer. So, because I've noticed that if I don't set my foundation before I put on bronzer, that it gets patchy. So I put on a face powder, set my makeup. Okay, so now I'm gonna go in with this is the Morphe 9BZ, that bronze. It's a bronzing palette. It looks like this. It has 9 shades, 9 BZ. Some are matte, some have shimmer. The shimmer is not like crazy, not very glittery, like except this shade here does have larger chunks of glitter. But some of these just have a very nice sheen, and some of them are matte. So this is something that I think would be good for a kit, but I like to use it obviously for personal use. I'm gonna go in with the Morphe M527. Morphe does have a 9 blush palette that it's been all over their Instagram, and I really want to try that too. I don't have it, but I really want it. So instead, right now I'm going to be using the e.l.f. blush palette in dark. I love this palette. I don't use this shade very much. It's a little too dark for me. These are very pigmented. This is a great palette for the price. I don't really use this shade here too much. I sometimes use this shade, but I mostly mix these two, or I'll just use this one by itself. This Morphe blush blush brush that I got in that 12-piece set. See what I mean? This is very pigmented. Okay. I'm just going to go back in with my E1. And blend. I'm going to take this detailer brush here, And I'm going to go in with the 12P, and I'm going to use this black shade here. That Morphe M169 pencil brush. I'm going to go in to my JACLYN Hill favorite. Use the Morphe M508, this little tiny, it's a smudger. I'm going to use it to do highlight, inner corner highlight. Going in with the, from the 35E. Lips, I'm actually going to use a combination of the ColourPop Lippy Pencil. This is in Aquarius. And NYX Cosmetics Soft Matte Lip Cream in Stockholm. This is like my favorite shade. Actually, this and London are my favorite shades in this formula. Alright, and there you have it, and this is my final look. So I hope you guys like this video. I'm going to actually talk about a few more products that I didn't actually use in the video. I do have some single shadows from Morphe. It's these here. This is their regular size pan, and these are their premium shadows. These are a little bit larger, and I'll show you. I'll take them out and show you. This color is Private Agent. I actually think I might have this shadow already in one of my palettes. This is what it looks like. It's just like this like purple mauve type shade. I've only used it a couple, like once or twice, I think. I never really reached for the singles because I have the palette, so I mean, I don't know. And then these here, I don't have names for these. I have numbers though. This one is the ES511, the shade here. ES511 is this shade. If you want to compare sizes, you can see how much larger this is compared to this one. And then this other shade that I have is also a premium shadow from Morphe. This shade is actually, it's hard to describe the color of this one, but it has like, it's shimmery and it has like a purple, green, gold like flecks in it. Right now I feel like it almost looks gray, but in the light it looks so pretty when you wear it with purples, greens, browns. It's a very pretty shade. And this one is ES503. And like I said, everything is going to be linked in the bottom bar. So yeah, so I hope you guys like this video. I have a ton of Morphe brushes. There's brushes that I have that I didn't even use. Like, I have them sitting out in front of me like this. Hello. I didn't use this fan brush, but like this brush is so soft. Like honestly, like I don't even know. This is the Morphe M495 brush. Like I don't even really know what the hell you use this brush for, honestly. Sweep away translucent powder, highlight, I guess. I don't know, but it's so soft. I've used it for highlight before. I've also used it just to sweep away translucent powder, so I guess that's what it's for, but it's so freaking soft and just like fluffy, and like I just think it's pretty. I love this brush. What else? Here is just their regular fan brush. This came in that 12-piece set that I was talking about. This is very soft. It holds its shape when you wash it. It applies highlighter beautifully. I really like this brush. This brush here is from that same set, just a little dome brush. You can use this for lots of different things. I use this sometimes to carve out my contour. When I don't really want it to be so defined, I'll use this. I use it to bronze my face. I used it for blush. I used it to blend both bronzer and blush together. What else did I not show you guys? There's just, and then like I have this whole here. I've used this brush here. This is the Morphe M510 brush. I use this for highlighter. This brush here, this is the Morphe M334 brush. I've used this to carve out with translucent powder. I've used it to blend out concealer under my eyes just because it's just this slanted shape and it's fluffy. This brush you can do so many things with it. But yeah, so if you guys are looking for, you want to build your collection, you don't have a lot of money to spend, maybe you're a student, or maybe you're just like me and you have a family and you like makeup but you don't really want to spend a fortune, you buy some Morphe. There's other brands too. Wet n Wild makes really good stuff. Elf has really stepped up their game in the last couple of years. Elf makes really great products. I have a ton of their brushes too. Maybe I'll do a video on that where I do look using only Elf brushes because I have a lot. I have a lot of repeats because I just love them so much. So maybe I'll do a video on that. But there's a lot of affordable brands out there. I really love Morphe. I've had nothing but a great experience with them. I mean, some things are hit or miss, but that's true for any brand really. So I hope you guys liked this video. Please give me a thumbs up. Please subscribe. Thank you so much for coming back and watching another video. And if you got this far, thank you for hanging out with me. I hope this was informative. I hope you learned something about Morphe that you didn't know. I hope that you do try it. Let me know if you purchase anything. Let me know how you like your products that you do purchase, if you do purchase them. Yeah, just leave me some comments and let me know what you guys think. And I guess I will just see you guys next time. Thanks. Bye.